morning, everybody. It is Thursday, April 16th. It is 8:44. A quorum is present, and this is the Minnesota Senate Education Finance Committee. We will now come to order. Members, today we will be marking up our omnibus bill. The plan is to pass this out of committee and send it on to our finance committee. I just want to do a little bit of overview of this bill and this session. This is a supplemental budget year, and it's a very slim year at that. So we really were intentional on making thoughtful one-time investments with a few goals in mind. We wanted to continue to protect our students. So we have included school safety for all students, with the hope that we can increase protections for students from predatory behavior, and then we are incorporating anonymous reporting support to catch those kind of threats early. Our omnibus bill is investing, as we do every year, invest in our schools with strategic hold harmless for schools to help bridge the gap between forms and direct enrollment. And then we are also, I hate to say permitting or granting, but we are approving a number of individual fund transfers that school districts have requested that meet the criteria, and then also allowing for utility costs to be added to the operating capital revenue. At the same time, we are doing the best that we can to set us all up. And when I say us, I mean our state, our students, our teachers, our administrators for future success. We are going to be looking into health insurance costs at school through a unique report. We are going to continue to look at paraprofessional support specialists in the the Minnesota Department of Education. We will continue to add additional aid in the SPED pathway grant and ensure that ETAP funds are available for those grantees, along with continuing to support PALSB in the best way possible. This is a supplemental year, and with the investments that we put in last year and the last couple of years, I think there are very many opportunities to continue to invest and support and build a positive future for our students. And this bill here today is one of those ways that we can do it while we are being mindful of restrictions on budgets, but looking to the future. And so with that, I am going to ask Senator Swadzynski if you would please move my file 3551 before the committee.
So moved.
Thank you so much. I'm going to offer the A1 amendment, the A4 amendment right off the bat. This is the DE amendment to get the bill into shape for conversation today. And this is the language that we walked through yesterday. And if I can find my notes. So we reviewed yesterday the capital project referendum. And did a number of different things in our general education, teachers, education excellence, school facilities, and student safety. And so with that, all those in favor of the A4 amendment, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Great. The A4 is adopted. All right, now I'm going to offer the A8 amendment, and this is my author's amendment. Let's see, do you have that? No, the one that Warren. There it is. Thank you. All righty, here we go. So on the A8 amendment, lines 1.3.1.5 modifies the Moorhead Fund transfer to correspond to the way the underlying bill was amended in committee. Lines 1.6 to 1.12 clarifies the language from the governor's recommendation on online instruction sites at joint power cooperatives and intermediate districts. Line 1.13 through 1.26 clarifies the information required in the LBO's annual school group insurance survey, and it authorizes the LBO to include additional items in the annual survey. Lines 1.27 through 1.29 clarifies the one-time transfer authority for Pelsby. Lines 1.30 through 2.3 modifies the information required in MDE's annual report on anonymous threat reporting system usage. And then finally, lines 2.4 to 2.11 clarify that fiscal year 2027 school safety aid for the first year charter schools must be calculated using the school's enrollment count in the current fiscal year. Adjustments, this adjusts the appropriation for school safety aid accordingly. And with that, any questions on the A8 amendment? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Great, the A8 passes. All right, now I'm going to offer the A12. This amendment makes technical changes to the school district health insurance report. Members, any questions or comments? Senator Rarick?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Is it just making a change to whose information is going to be gathered, or
Yes, Senator Rarick, exactly. Thank you. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, the A12 passes. Senator Clark, would you like to offer and introduce your A7 amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Committee, the A7 amendment is an update of of the A4 on compensatory aid. So it returns us to focusing on individual sites. And so this is modifying the calculation in a similar manner to what we did when we heard my bill, and we all really liked my bill. We did. But looks at it in maintaining that idea of stability at the individual site level while getting to the reality of what has occurred at each individual school site. So when we previously reviewed my bill, we were at a 90%. So an individual site could have no less than a 10% reduction to match the amount of money that has been shared with us as being available. You will see that on line 1.12, there is an updated percentage to 82.3%. Why? That makes it substantially equal to the $34.8 million that we have available in this supplemental budget. So an individual school site can have in compensatory aid no more than a 17.7% reduction based on what has occurred. So this is returning to what this committee discussed and vetted versus what was initially put in the A4. And it does not touch that building allocation flexibility that we have added into the bill of 40%. So a school district is still able to move between sites up to 40% of compensatory aid that is in, my amendment does not touch that part, which remains in the A4.
Question, Senator Umuver-Baden.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Not a question, just grateful for the amendment. Thank you for your work, Senator Clark.
All right, with that, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None? The A12 is adopted. Excuse me, the A7 is adopted. There we go. Moving along. Senator Hallstrom, would you like to offer and introduce the A5 amendment?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, I would. The A5 amendment is allowing for a one-time fund transfer in Maple Lake School District from its building construction fund to the reserve account for operating capital, provided the school board approves the transfer.
Members, any questions or comments? All right. Seeing none, all in favor of the A5, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? With that, the A5 is adopted. Okay. And so today we are taking questions, comments on the bill. Is there anybody, do you have any other comments? Senator Rarick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do want to have some discussion, and I'm going to offer A9 amendment to have some discussion around. You want me to speak to that?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and start off and we'll get it in our hands.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. As it's being handed out, I think one of the things that was many of us were hoping to accomplish this year was around school safety. And unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of funds available to us. But looking back, it was an issue that very directly related to me. Back in '23, we put money aside into the NLX line that would be a match to the federal funds for the train that would go from Minneapolis to Duluth. And there are no signs that that is going to happen. And it's something that many people in my district have always been opposed to. So what this amendment is doing is we're going to take $100 million from what is parked in that account right now and bring it over and add it into our school safety that we have in this bill. So we would go from where we have the 38.3 million going to the school grants, that would increase to 90 million. And then it would also incorporate the non-publics into it so that every student in the state, let me get my numbers, would receive $95.64 for their school to go towards school safety. And then we would also have money that would go into the school facility grants, where a school could receive up to $500,000 for a grant award to go towards other projects for safety and improving that safety within their schools. I think this is like I said, a very good use of this money. There is no sign that it's going to get used for federal match in this other account. It's something people have been asking for around the state, and I think it's a great issue to discuss. Should we be using this money to help our schools become more safe? Thank you, Madam Chair.
Members, any comments on that? Senator Farnsworth?
Thank you, Madam Chair. As I think about the time before session started this year, my school administrators, school principals and superintendents, they talked about fixing the compensatory aid problem. Parents that I talked to talked about school safety. That was the #1 issue that they wanted us to tackle. And in the original version of the bill, I think we're making a good start with $40 million. But I like this because it's money that's just parked in an account that's never going to be used, and it can go out to our schools. So I hope that this can be viewed as a friendly amendment, or that we can, vote in favor of this, because this would provide a lot of funds to our schools for school safety. And the other thing that I want to point out is the original bill provides funding to public schools where there have been school shootings. It provides funding to tribal schools, and I know there was about 20 years ago now, there was a school shooting up at the Red Lake School. And now recently we are seeing in Minnesota this happening at our private schools. And so this sort of sets everybody on an even playing field, saying that all kids, whether they go to public school, public charter school, tribal schools, private schools, they are all worth protecting, and they're all worth having school safety funding. So I want to thank Senator Eric for bringing this, and I hope that using this money that's not being used for anything else for school safety is something that we can all get behind. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Anybody else want to speak to this? Senator Westland.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I guess I wasn't clear, Senator Rarick, if you were bringing this to have a conversation or are you actually moving the amendment?
Senator Eric.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am moving the amendment, just plan on asking for a voice vote here today, but a continued discussion and maybe, if we don't take it here today, the discussion can continue and it could be considered again in finance.
Madam Chair.
Senator Westland.
Thank you, Senator Rarick. As you know, I'm all about, trying to provide additional safety aid for our schools. I think it's worthy. I probably will be a no vote on this for a couple of reasons. I guess I don't know that whether or not we have the authority to fully cancel the appropriation, but the other thing is I think this still provides direct appropriations to our non-public schools, and that continues to be, I think, problematic because I don't think that we provide direct appropriations in other capacities. I appreciate the conversation, though. I thank you for bringing this, and I do hope that we, going into the future, can find ways to provide additional supports for our schools, not just for security, but for other reasons as well. So thank you, Senator.
Senator Eric.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. And to respond to that, it has been, there are a number of areas that it's not appropriation directly to the non-publics for their operation. We longstanding to make appropriations to the schools for things like their counseling, for their transportation, and for safety. So that's what this is. It's not an appropriation for the schools to do their daily operations. It's for aids for students that we have been doing for years to all schools. So that's why I don't believe this is out of the ordinary from what we've done in the past. Thank you.
Senator Stolzinski.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I just want to echo every single thing that Senator Westland said. That was where you stole most of my thoughts, and so thank you for that.
That was probably the shortest we've ever heard from you, Senator Swedzinski. I was really waiting for a good one again. Members, I would ask you to vote no on this amendment, and I know that it comes with, good intentions, but much like Senator Westland said, we don't have authority over those transportation dollars. We can't just nilly-willy grab money from one budget and put it in another without really careful consideration. We don't know where those dollars perhaps are being planned to use, and I wouldn't want anybody to look at an education budget and say, oh, they're the second largest budget in the state of Minnesota, let's grab a chunk of theirs. And it's not good practice, it's not good form. That is one of the biggest issues here. But I think when we want to talk about school safety, we have to stop and think about the underlying reasons why we are working so hard to keep our schools safe. And it is guns. It is violence against our students, and it's violence against our staff members. So we can put all kinds of money into schools, but that's not going to prevent another school shooting. And we know that's not going to prevent it. And so putting additional dollars would be a really great thing because we know that our students, we know that our staff members are really struggling with mental health services. We know our schools don't have the funds that they need to provide all of those wraparound services that we'd like to, but this is not the way to do it, and it is not addressing the underlying issue around school safety. So members, I would advise you to vote no on this. Senator Farnsworth.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to respond to one thing that you said as far as taking money from this account for education. We did that last year, and we took $40 million from this account to pay for unemployment for seasonal school employees. So this is not a new idea, because it's something that we've done. The question is, are we willing to use money from this fund only for unemployment for seasonal employees? Or do we also value the safety of our children? Because, you know, if we've used it from this account for an educational purpose before, why not use it for school safety? Thank you, Madam Chair.
Senator, Rick, did you want to say? Okay. Anybody else have a comment? Senator Holmstrom.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just have to say that this is, I was the only one up here who ran an election last year, and when you do that, you talk to a lot of people on all sides. And this was everyone's number one concern about finance in education this year, was that we find a way to help schools, all schools, secure their children. I think it's a creative answer. $44 was great. 95 is so much better, and I think every administrator of a school in the state would agree that there isn't a number that is high enough, but doubling the 44 is a real measure, showing these schools that we understand, we hear them, and we're trying to find solutions in such a limited budget year. So I applaud this, and I'll be voting yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I support Senator Rarick's amendment. You know, safe school funding is one of the top priorities that I'm hearing about back in my district. And of course, money won't prevent all violence in the future, but it certainly will help. And I think we all agree to that concept, or this wouldn't be in your bill. So, and I support what's in the bill, but doubling that amount would it be even better. So I support the amendment. I support safe school funding for all of our schools, for all of our students, regardless of where they attend school. This is a priority. This should be one of the top priorities of the legislature. I appreciate that it's in the bill, but I think that we can devote more money towards that since it is such a high priority. So for that, I would encourage members to vote yes on Senator Rarick's amendment.
Any other comments? Senator Rarick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And as Senator Farnsworth stated, this would not be the first time that we've gone into this account. We've done it before. And guess what? This bill is going to finance where they would have that discussion. Is this proper then or not? So I do think that we can send a message to the Finance Committee that we believe this is a priority for education, for safety. And, you know, I think many of our schools, you know, they all have different safety needs. And, you know, I think we shouldn't be focusing and thinking we're going to make schools safe by just looking at one tool that people have used to commit these heinous acts. Because if we take one tool away, they'll find another if they're intent on causing harm. And this allows schools to use the money to figure out what they believe their safety needs are for how they feel someone might attack their students, their faculty, anyone within the school. So I appreciate the discussion. I hope we continue this so that the Finance Committee can take this up seriously. I think this is a much better use of these funds rather than them just sitting there waiting for something that has been being discussed for almost 20 years and still has not happened. Thank you.
All right. So all those in favor of the A9 amendment, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, nay. The A9 fails. Are there any more amendments? Great. So members, I think we had a really good discussion yesterday on this little sweet bill that we have put together, and I'm wondering, after an evening of thoughts and ideas, And obviously, we've all thought about this a little bit more. Are there any more comments on Senate File 3551? All right, so with, I'm sorry, Senator Rarick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Appreciate the bill that's in front of us. You know, I think, as we just discussed on the last one, I wish there was a little bit more money that could be going towards school safety, but I think we all do understand the realities of the financial situation that we're in. I think we are addressing probably two of the biggest things that we heard from schools this year, the compensatory hold harmless and school safety. So I think this is a great starting point, and I will be supporting your bill coming out of committee today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? Senator Swedzinski? Final comment on an education finance bill, please.
Well, we do have an hour, so. Well, I'm feeling rather giddy today because thank you, Madam Chair. I saw on 35W heading in this morning a huge billboard, and it had a picture of the Statue of Liberty, and it said, "Happy 250th." And I don't know where that funding came from. I don't know who sponsored it because I was driving. I didn't want to get out my phone or take a picture or whatever. So if anybody knows in the next day or two, if you happen to drive by a billboard that says that, please reach out to me. I just want to thank all the members of this committee for a very civil discussion this year. I know, again, compensatory aid and school safety are at the top of everybody's list, whether it's Education Minnesota or the school boards or the administrators. Everybody wants our kids to be safe. And I know when Senator Kunesh was just speaking a few moments ago, I went back to 1961, 62, 63. We banned switchblades in the state of Minnesota because of violence. We banned switchblades. You can't possess one legally in the state of Minnesota. And I don't know, I know we disagree and as a body, and we had a very lively discussion in state and local government over assault weapons, and I literally don't know what we're gonna do to keep our kids safe and to increase. No one is opposed to increasing more money and finding a little pot somewhere, a pot of money, pot somewhere that maybe is being unused, and maybe being the one person on this committee that actually used that train service to go home to see my family in Duluth Superior back in the day. I kind of was looking forward to that service becoming viable again, but like you said, Senator, the money's sitting there, and we could maybe perhaps use that money, and so I appreciate your insights or your attempt to try to find some money somewhere. I don't know what we're going to do. I know that I'm tired of telling schools and parents we tried to do something. And, you know, Rocori and Red Lake and now Annunciation, 3 school shootings in Minnesota, are now joining the list of Columbine and Sandy Hook and Parkland and all the other schools. And today is the anniversary of Virginia Tech, and 32 students were, I think it was 30 students and 2 staff were killed that day. And again, we have done nothing. And just little baby steps, and I hope as the month progresses, if there's some measures for school safety that maybe perhaps don't cost any money, and we brainstorm, and because money is tight, but there's got to be something. And I know at the end of Schindler's List, they present him with that ring, the survivors, with a line from the Talmud that says, "He who saves one life saves the world entire." And I'm not sure if this session we have saved one life, perhaps. But we've tried, and our efforts, I hope, have gone not unnoticed. And don't give up on us, please, members of the community and the state of Minnesota. We're going to keep on chugging along and hopefully have our kids be a little bit safer than the people that were at some of the schools I just mentioned. Thank you, Madam Chair. And thank you, all the members of this committee. It's a joy and a pleasure to serve alongside all of you.
Thank you.
And if I could just say one more thing, sorry. You called on me. Today, if I'm up to it on announcements, I just want to give a shout out to I only see one of you today, and two of you that are here. Yesterday, I was walking down the stairs with a constituent, and we think these people are here for catastrophic reasons. Oh my God, if there's an active shooter thing going on, all of a sudden all this added security and staff are gonna be there to keep us all safe. And we forget that these unsung heroes, you two. Yesterday I was walking down the stairs with a constituent, and she missed her step and she fell, and she got a big gash in her head and blood everywhere. Denise, you saw it. And I'm like freaking out, and I run up the stairs outside the governor's reception room, and the state patrol woman that was sitting there, she dropped everything and ran to help me. And by the time we got back to this woman, within a minute, there were 4 other people there, and they were all attending to her needs. And then about 20 minutes later, an ambulance pulls up, and we forget the role that you two play in order to keep us all safe. And so I just want to publicly thank you and acknowledge all the work that you do that maybe goes unnoticed by us, because we think you're here for the big catastrophic events you're going to keep us safe from, but we also forget that there's these little incidents and accidents that happen here in this building every single day, and that you're here for that as well. So sorry, Madam Chair, I know that has nothing to do with Ed Finance, but just thank you to everybody at these metal detectors and outside the Senate chambers, and we can't do this without you, so thank you.
We good? Okay. All right, Senator Mayquade.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I want to thank you for including, my bill to criminalize grooming in this. It is such an important, it's so important that we do this. I have heard the story of Hannah, as she shared her story, and Detective Clausen in that investigation. Every time we've heard this bill, whether it was in Ed Policy or Judiciary or this committee, or if it had a hearing in the House, the number of people who would come up to me, LA staff, and say, oh, let me tell you about something that happened to me when I was in high school, or let me tell you about something that happened to my friend. And it wasn't teachers always, it was random adult men, right, that were involved in their lives in some way. And so, I think even though this bill is present in the education finance bill, the impact is going to be so much greater. We hear about grown adults reaching out to children on Roblox or on the internet, walking up to them when they're out in public, and just what is happening to especially young girls in this country needs to be addressed. And I'm so, so glad that Minnesota is going to be one of those states that's going to do something about it. And I was thinking about the, protection, this layer of protection that we're adding for kids in my anti-grooming bill, but I also met with a mom yesterday who has 2 children who go to Annunciation, and she wrote a letter, her 10-year-old wrote a letter, and there was, she gave me a copy of this letter, and she said, my buddy and me didn't think the shooting was real until we saw a little girl get shot. All I saw was black and blood. I was hiding under the pews. I think that guns should not be sold to anyone because Harper and Fletcher died. Please do something to make it right. And then she said, I'm sorry for not spelling right, which she did. She actually spelled everything beautifully. And I just, I think about if those 10-year-olds had the power that we do, I think they would do what's in this letter. They were the ones who were sitting there, and I think it's so important that we listen to the young people, especially the ones with the experiences. Safety aid is so important, and I'm very glad we're doing it in this bill. But you can only make schools so hardened before we have to look around and say, okay, well, why are we doing this? And how can we maybe change the conditions that are happening outside of the school that are requiring us to lock them down like prisons and hire, police officers to be inside? And so you're right, we do have to do this and more. And so thank you for doing that hard work this session. And I'm just carrying this letter around with me to remind myself what the kids want us to do, because we should listen to them. Thank you.
100%, thank you. Next, we have Senator Westland.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair, and unfortunately, he's not in the room. Okay, great timing, Senator Swedzinski, because I will be very brief. I hadn't planned on saying anything. I think that this is a good bill, and I think we've had a collaborative effort in this committee that I think we have had that some other committees don't enjoy. And we may disagree on things, but I think overall this year, we have been agreeable in our disagreements. But what I really wanted to say is I wanted to make note of the fact that I think this is probably our last formal education committee hearing, Education Finance, and I didn't want to have the moment pass without acknowledging the fact that we have two people actually retiring, Senator Swedzinski and Senator Rarick. And I thought you were retiring. Oh my God.
Oops.
Did you donate to his opponent?
You're, okay.
I am, though.
Somebody told me, I could have sworn, I wasn't going to say anything, but I was going to talk about SWAT, and then I thought, wait, I thought I heard Rarick was retiring. Well, I'm glad you're not, because actually, Senator Rarick, I do think you bring a really important perspective to the committee. And again, you've always been a statesman and an important member of the committee. I apologize. I swear to God I heard it somewhere or I dreamed it. So back to SWAD. You bring joy to this process. You bring joy to this legislature, and you believe in our system of government. And it has been an incredible pleasure to be able to serve with you for now going on 4 years. And you will be greatly missed because of that joy that you bring and that passion that you bring for our students, for our schools, and for this country and for our government. I think politics is a noble pursuit. I do believe that. We just have to elect the right people who also believe it's a noble pursuit. And I have appreciated you reminding us that this is good work if you can get it, and that we all have a deep responsibility to our communities and our state. But in this committee in particular, a reminder of our duty to our students. And so I just want to thank you for being here, and I didn't want the moment to pass that this was your last committee hearing in Education Finance. So thank you for your service.
Thank you, Senator Westland. Do we need to pass you tissue yet? Senator Swedzinski? Oh, thanks, Senator Lane. Watch out for that guy. All right. Senator Kroon, you're next.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And just to show that I was listening when Senator Swedzinski was speaking, I'm going to, do the advent of AI. I'll answer your question about who's behind those billboards, so you can get an answer and put that part of your rest assured about who's behind that. That is, I believe, America250.org, which is the U.S. Semi-Quincentennial Commission, which was established by Congress in 2016 to plan and orchestrate the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. So that's who's behind it.
Thank you for your research.
Should have been a librarian, Senator Kroon. Oh, my gosh. All right, we're not playing that game anymore. Senator Clark.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Committee. I think I've one correction to Senator Holmstrom. I also ran an election last year, so yeah. I know you think I've been here longer, but not that much longer. But just a quick thank you to the committee. I think we've all learned from each other, and I've learned from each of you, and I'm the pleasure of getting to know each of your school districts just a little bit more, and understanding how compensatory aid is where I think is becoming my passion, and where we can continue to dig in and figure out how to make it really fit each of our districts and each of our students and the needs that they individually had. And so I look forward to the task force continuing our work this summer to bring back to this legislature next year a report on what we can do to really tighten it up and continue to improve how we're meeting the needs of each of our students. And that's what this committee continues to advocate for, and I appreciate that. And looking forward to making sure that compensatory aid and all the iterations of it really meet the individual needs. So thank you, Chair, for taking care of us, and thank you, committee members, for helping us, and me especially, learn a bit more. Thank you.
You're welcome. Senator Gustafson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to quickly say, one, thank you to Senator Clark for taking over compensatory aid, because I remember when he said he wanted to run for office and wanted to do something in education. This was a heavy lift, and I was happy to pass it off. And to something that Senator Rarick said yesterday about universal school meals, you were right, compensatory aid was one of those things. And just to show that the Senate is better than the House, they wanted to pass it without any fix to compensatory aid, but we fought hard for it over here to make sure that compensatory aid was addressed. And I know it's still not perfect, and we're still working on that, but I trust Senator Clark to keep moving forward with some solutions for that. But and I'm very, very happy that it's in this bill. And also wanted to just quickly say, very happy that school safety is also a part of this bill. I think school safety is just another version of public safety, and we want to make sure that kids are safe in their schools. And we could talk about all the different reasons why kids might not feel safe in their schools, but at the end of the day, we should just do everything we can to make sure that they've got a school that they feel as if they can go in to learn at and not feel nervous about. And that applies to all children, no matter what school they go to. It's something I really believe in. So thank you for including it in the bill. And it's really been nice to work with all of you this year.
All right, well, if there are no more comments, let's take a vote. All in favor, make the motion. So I move that Senate File 3551 as amended be recommended to pass and re-referred to the Committee on Finance, and that nonpartisan staff make any necessary technical corrections. All in favor of Senate File 3551, say aye. Those opposed? All right, Senate File 3551 is passed. Before you all leave, I do have a few things to say. Sit down, Senator Lang. I'm sorry. If you have to go, you can go. But I just want to thank...
That was such like a teacher.
You know, we have eyes in the back of our head. But I just want to thank all of you on this committee. This is not an easy committee. It's a very emotional, it's a very personal committee because we are really focusing on the children in our state. And I know that we all have that best interest in mind. We just perhaps want to approach it in a little bit different way. So thank you to my Vice Chair, Senator Gustafson. Thank you, Senator Rarick. It's been a pleasure once again to partner with you, and I enjoyed our beer and burger at Sweeney's that evening. Thank you, Tessa and Emma, for all of the incredibly hard work that you do. Researchers Ryan Majers and Ed Cook. Thank you to our pages, Sharu and Josie, excuse me. And we have two really great interns this year in my office, Miley and Nathan. Of course, we can't forget our Scarfa team, Bjorn and Anne Marie. And Jenna, if you're watching, we really, really miss you. Thank you to the sergeants that have been here through this whole session and across our this whole campus to ensure that there's not bad actors that are getting in. And so we really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you to the advocates that show up every single day and sit through all of this. Thank you to the parents that have come to talk about the issues that are at hand, the things that are most important. It's really important to hear from the parents, but you know, those voices of the parents are the voices of our students. And I know that Senator Swedzinski and I made a pledge together that we were going to really make sure that the students are at the heart of the work that we're doing here in education finance and education policy. And so thank you to all of you for this good work. Senator Swedzinski, we will miss you. It has been my pleasure to have an office next to you, to share the work that we're doing, talk about all the things that happened to us in our combined, 55 years of education, being teachers. And you get me, I get you, and I think our policy and our finance really show that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for being such a great partner here. And so with that, we are adjourned.
It's been 57, by the way.
57, thank you.